What's going on, guys? Dave here at the Reef Aquarium shop in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going to quickly discuss acclimating a fish into your tank. All right, so we're over at the farm in our warehouse facilities. This is where we do all of our coral propagation. So a couple things about acclimation. One of the main things we're concerned with is the temperature of the water. You want to get the water that the fish is sitting in the same temperature as the water in your tank. Another thing that we're concerned with when acclimating fish is the quality of water. No matter where you're getting them from, even if it's within 2 different tanks in your own house, the water quality between the two is going to differ enough to use some sort of acclimation process. Even if these tanks are in the same room, they're going to differ. So another goal in our acclimation process is to get the water quality that the fish is sitting in to the same water quality that your tank is. So okay, temperature, water quality. That's really the biggest things you need to be paying attention to when putting your fish into your tank. Hands down, our favorite method and what we consider the best method is drip acclimation. Okay, so here we have our big raccoon butterfly looking gorgeous. Hey. So this fish is now going to become an employee here at the Reef Aquarium shop. We'll acclimate him nice and slow into this system using drip acclimation. Let's get started. So you're gonna need a couple things to get a drip acclimation done properly. First is a bucket or some sort of container. I've got mine right here. Next thing you're gonna want is some airline. Any kind will do. I've got the standard clear plastic airline. So the next 2 things that you might want aren't a necessity, but they're pretty helpful. One is something to weight the end of the airline into the water, because we're gonna be running this line from the tank into the bucket. So to keep the airline in the tank, what I'll usually do is either close the lid over the airline or put something at the end of the airline in the water, like a algae clip. I've used the little metal weights that you wrap around plants. Anything to weight down the end. This is kind of my preferred. So you're gonna want to adjust the flow, and the way I do that is just tying a knot in the end. But another way to do that is to take an airline valve and just pop it on the end of the hose. Just adjust the flow with a valve, super easy. The whole process kind of goes like this. You're gonna take the fish, put it into the bucket with the water from the bag, run that airline from your tank to the bucket, start a siphon, and then the fish is going to acclimate as the water fills the bucket, nice and slow with both temperature and water quality. So again, that is the easiest way, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so I've got the tube weighted down in the tank. We're gonna start the siphon, put a knot in the line to reduce the flow, and then we're gonna pop this fish into the bucket. Got my flow there. I usually do a steady drip like this or just on the verge of a stream. So I'm gonna drop that in there. Now that my siphon is started, we will bust this fish out of the bag. We are going to let this drip in here just like this until this bucket is almost full. All right, we've got our bucket filled. It is time to net him out and get him into the water. You're gonna have such a good time in here. You're already having a good time in here. Look at you. That is drip acclimation. One of the easiest ways to acclimate your fish in properly. Now you can actually get this same concept in a few different ways. One way is bag acclimation. When you bring the fish home in the bag, you're going to float it and temperature acclimate it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then you're gonna open up that bag and start putting your water into that bag about every 5 minutes until you get a probably 25% bag water to 75% tank water mix. You're still going to dump that water out before putting the fish in. What I usually do is hold a net over the sink and dump the bag into the sink through the net, catching the fish, and then I'll stick it in the tank. You can also just net the fish out of the bag if it's small enough. So to recap, we prefer drip acclimation because it slowly brings the temperature and the water quality up to the same parameters that it's going to be in your tank. You can achieve this same process, though not as smoothly, through bag acclimation, where you're putting the bag in the tank and putting water from your tank into the bag. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that is acclimating your fish into the tank. I hope you found this very helpful. If you did, give the video a like, and if you haven't yet, smash that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon. That's gonna let you know every time we post new content and every time we go live. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.